This is KVUE News at 6.
Back to baseball. The congressional baseball teams take the field tonight after the ambush during practice just a day ago.
City Council members look to free the lemonade, what they hope to change about the Summertime Classic.
And you've probably heard it from your mother. Wait 30 minutes after you eat before you go for a swim. We verify that old saying. Good evening, everyone. I'm Quita Culpepper, and we begin tonight with a live look at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., where the national pastime is bringing our lawmakers together. The congressional baseball game will get started in about 5 minutes from now. Austin Congressman Roger Williams says he'll be on the field in the third base coach's box a day after a gunman ambushed him, other congressmen, and their staffers as they practiced for this game. Williams' aide, Zach Barth, a UT grad, was shot in the leg. Barth and Congressman Williams spoke about the incident on today's Good Morning America.
In the moment, I was thinking mainly about just staying alive, just keeping everybody's heads down, and my wound, clearly I was able to run on it, so in the moment I thought it must have not been that bad, but that I was able to just kind of get down there. But I was really just trying to stay alive. I wasn't really thinking about the severity of my injuries at that moment.
The gunman, 66-year-old James Hodkinson, died. He was a volunteer for the Bernie Sanders campaign and had a history of anti-Trump and anti-Republican rhetoric. But again, the congressional baseball game will go on now, just a few minutes away. For more news of the day, let's go outside now to my colleague, Mike Rush. Mike?
Thanks, Quita. You know, from baseball to another staple of summertime, the lemonade stand. Who has not had a lemonade stand at one point or another when they were a child? We kind of made a mock one out here outside our studios in North Austin. But you know what? Even if I wanted to sell this lemonade, which I'm not sure it's good enough to sell, but even if I wanted to, I couldn't sell it because I don't have a permit. If you didn't know, Austin requires a permit for anybody selling lemonade. That's including kids. It's $35. But Aaron Jones reports there are efforts to change that.
Well, Mike, the lemonade item has gained a lot of attention online, and today, right at the start of the City Council meeting, the item was approved during the consent agenda. Now, taking away the $35 permit fee that children had to pay to operate a lemonade stand in Austin. Now, the resolution sponsor, Councilwoman Ellen Troxclair, took to Twitter the last couple of days saying things like, "Beyonce says hashtag free the lemonade." We asked her about it.
Divisive political climate, I just thought it would be nice to have a little levity and be a little funny and have something hopefully that everybody could agree on.
Any objection to that?
And another thing that the council approved today is they approved a contract that will allow the Austin Fire Department to take over the Travis County Emergency Services District 4. That contract will start on October 1st. Also, currently, the City Council is still discussing the two items on the agenda that are regarding curfew. We'll have an update about that on our website. For now, reporting live, Aaron Jones, KVUE News.
All right, Aaron, thank you. And we'll get back to Mike outside in just a couple of minutes. But another item from City Hall today, the council is considering whether to renew the city's juvenile curfew ordinance. Aaron had just mentioned that. It allows police to cite minors who are out and about late at night or during school hours. Police want to keep that ordinance. Council members Ellen Troxclair and Greg Kazar want it to end. Read more about their arguments against the ordinance at KVUE.com. Nearly 50 bills that made it out of the 85th Texas legislature won't become law. Governor Greg Abbott announced today he vetoed dozens of bills that were sent to his desk. We'll post a link to all the governor's veto statements at KVUE.com. And of course, the special session the governor called is just over a month away. And Texas House Speaker Joe Straus is making his priorities clear.
The Texas House still believes in public education, and we're not giving up on our kids.
The speaker shared that video on his Twitter page. He was speaking to school board members in San Antonio. He wants Governor Abbott to add school finance reform to the special session agenda. Governor Abbott did call for a commission to study school finance reform, but Straus wants action. As a group of U.S. Republican senators craft a repeal and replace bill for Obamacare, local organizations are asking them to protect Medicaid. Leaders of those organizations say this black box with who knows what inside represents what those senators are doing. That's because their negotiations are happening behind closed doors. But statements from some senators have led many to believe they plan to cut Medicaid. Representatives from 25 organizations sent a letter to Senators John Cornyn and Ted Cruz, who are helping to craft the bill, asking them to preserve Medicaid and fight for the 1 in 7 Texans who rely on it.
Over 3 million children in Texas rely on Medicaid for their health care. Nearly half of all the births and newborn care in Texas is paid for by Medicaid.
Medicaid is a lifeline for many Texans with mental health and substance use conditions, and the most significant source of mental health funding for people with serious mental illness.
The 15 senators writing the bill met with President Donald Trump Tuesday. He reportedly told them the House-approved bill that he previously praised is mean and called on the senators to craft a more generous bill. Tonight on the Night Beat, exclusive new details in the case of Greg Kelly. On the eve of his child sexual assault trial in 2014, his defense attorney learned about rumors possibly implicating Kelly's best friend in the crime. But she did little with that information. So was that handled the right way? Hear from legal experts tonight on the Night Beat.
There was a lot of sunshine and a lot of heat across central Texas. Temperatures now starting to slowly trend downward, but you'll be surprised at how hot we got. Let's go ahead and take a look outside. Blue skies with a few passing clouds. Temperatures at both airports at 97 degrees. We do have a little bit of a breeze from the south-southeast between about 5 and 15 miles an hour. That's helping a little bit. Humidity is a little bit lower, but I tell you what, those temperatures today, they've gone straight up. 99 degrees was the high just a few minutes ago in Austin, 96 in Giddings, and 98 in LaGrange. That heat is going nowhere for the weekend, but we're going to be watching the potential for maybe some tropical development. So a couple things in the forecast you're going to want to stick around for. We'll tell you just what to expect for the weekend outlook in just a few minutes.
All right, Lene, thank you very much. And with this summer-like heat that we're experiencing, we're talking about some summertime staples. We just finished discussing lemonade stands. The next topic is swimming. Who doesn't like to swim in the summertime? Remember that age-old rule that seems to be said all the time about how you can't go into the pool until 30 minutes after you've eaten? Many parents say it. They pass it on from generation to generation, it seems. But is it really a concern? Terry Gruca finds out in tonight's Verify.
Mike, my mom used to tell me this, and I've told my own kids, so it got me thinking, is this true? Here's the theory behind it. It's based on the idea that after a big meal, blood will be diverted away from your arms and legs toward your stomach's digestive tract. And if your limbs don't get enough blood flow to function, you're at risk of drowning. We talked with the Assistant Medical Director of Emergency Care at Dell Children's Medical Center, and he says, in fact, this is false. The body does supply extra blood to aid in digestion, but not enough blood to keep your arm and leg muscles from functioning properly. The biggest danger related to eating and swimming right away is probably a minor cramp. And in fact, it's more important that you have enough energy if you're swimming. So they suggest you eat a couple of hours before you head to the pool, bring a snack, and hydrate properly. And they say, more important than that, don't swim alone. So sorry, parents, our argument doesn't hold water.
Good to know. Thanks, Terry. In Austin, get ready for a gold rush. The state is bringing all its gold back to Texas soil. And a special cafe here in Central Texas, how it's helping adults with special needs get to work.